it's time for the official. But don't we have a wonderful community to be sharing like this?
Yes.
Okay, I will read the piece from Emmett Fox. For 21 November, the title is Divine Abundance. And he says, when you go down to the seashore, you find what is practically an unlimited supply of seawater at your disposal. There are billions upon billions of gallons there, but the amount that you carry away will depend on the vessel with which you have provided yourself. If you take a 10-gallon can, you get 10 gallons. But if you only take a pint pot, you can take away only a pint. And if you have nothing bigger than a thimble, you'd not be able to take away more than a thimbleful. So it is with divine abundance. The only limit is the limit of our capacity to receive. Now, I would modify it slightly. I would say the only limit is the limit of our capacity and our willingness to receive. And then the quote from Psalm 145, Thou openest thine hand and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. So today we're lucky enough that Liz is going to give the talk, and the talk is titled Quotes for Comfort and Grace.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. So I'd like to think about this as letting your energy be used to build, not destroy. And a lot of these quotes have helped assisted me in doing that. So I wanted to share them. The first one is by Audrey Hepburn. And Brian, I did not give this to you because it's very long. But it's a good beginning for what we're talking about today. For attractive lips, speak words of kindness. For loving eyes, seek out the good in people. For a slim figure, share your food with the hungry. For beautiful hair, let a child run their fingers through it once a day. For poise, walk with the knowledge that you never walk alone. People, even more than things, have to be restored, renewed, revived, reclaimed, and redeemed. Never throw anyone out. Remember, if you ever need a helping hand, you will find one at the end of each of your arms. As you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and the other for helping others. And again, that's by Audrey Hepburn. So the first quote is, be fearless, know that all will be provided at the right time. That is from a Yogi tea bag. Several of these are, I know that is the author, but they didn't list the author. In our fast-paced world, we humans are often impatient or even disappointed when answers aren't instantaneous or immediate. Too often fear sets in and we can miss opportunities provided by God. When we trust and allow ourselves to be shown, we are more likely to be led and shown in a perfect way. So I have a little story from my own life to go with this. At one time, quite a few years ago, I was moving from my house to another house, and I had a meeting at the new house with a contractor that was doing some work there. And I was running a little behind, and I thought, well, as long as I'm going to the house, I'll take a carload of stuff. So I was running through from the house through the yard to get this stuff in my car, and I tripped on something and dropped everything in the front yard. So then I became very panicked because oh my goodness, I'm going to be late. I'm not going to make it there in time. And I'm frantically picking everything up. I proceeded to go, and when I was within about 2 blocks of my house, my new house, I came to a 4-way stop. And the car in front of me got the green light and proceeded to go into the intersection. A truck coming from the left ran his red light and slammed the driver of the car in front of me. And as I sat there, the picture of me frantically running around, trying to hurry, and having dropped all those things kept running through my mind. And all I could think about was perfect timing. Not that I was happy that it was that person in front of me. I was saying prayers for him, but I was amazed at the perfection of the timing. If I had not dropped those things, I could have been that car that was in front of me. So our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. And that's Psalm 124:8. Next quote, the creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. And that's Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm sure we've all probably heard that. It's one of my favorite quotes. In reflecting on this quote, I began seeing a similar possibility in all of humanity. Deep inside, we all possess a magnitude of gifts and creativity given to us by the Creator. When we share ourselves, we have no idea how far-reaching these gifts can be. Just like one act of kindness can multiply very quickly as it passes from one person to another, we can also do the same. So maybe we see ourselves like an acorn and know that we can plant many seeds in peaceful sharing with others, including animals and nature. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. And that quote is by Pepteri Belu. Next one, sometimes a perfect blessing will arrive in the disguise of a mischievous intruder. And again, I do not know the author of this quote. I read a story once about a woman who had been praying for her perfect love to come. She wanted to find the perfect mate and start a married life. And she had prayed about this a lot and done a lot of personal work and things like that, and nothing had happened so far. So one day she was driving down the road and a policeman pulled her over. She thought, oh no, great. All this praying and I end up with a ticket. Well, he gave her a ticket for speeding, which she was doing, but he also asked her for a date. And 1.5 years later, they were married. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Psalm 124:8. Next quote, and I know probably we've all heard this. Again, I do not know who the author of this one is, but it isn't me. Don't judge yourself by your past. You don't live there anymore. Often we're very hard on ourselves regarding our past mistakes, or what some people call, I like this term, I heard one time called mistakes. In other words, it's just a mistake in the situation. Make peace with the past. We can apologize if we need to, maybe even apologize to ourselves, and then let it go. We are evolving as we grow and change. Don't ruin a good today by thinking about a bad yesterday. Next, falling down is an accident. Staying down is a choice. We often go into self-pity or blame when something doesn't work out as expected. This can keep us stuck and unfulfilled. When we turn the situation over to God, we can be shown the way and see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it's just one foot in front of the other, as we all know. But sometimes it can be devastating and scary, and staying down where we have fallen is what we need to do, at least for a short time. Again, I guess look at the end of our arms for our hands to help us. The next one is be careful with your words. I really like this. They can be forgiven, but maybe not forgotten. I think Brian's talk last week about loving kindness certainly made this clear about how we want to be in the world. Often processing our feelings first and praying about it and responding rather than reacting is our best choice. Yes, this can be challenging. However, it can save us from huge regrets and allow us to experience a more peaceful heart. Best to select our words carefully. Sometimes all we need to do is breathe. Let every situation be what it is instead of what you think it should be. Well, this is certainly one that I am claiming guilt for. I didn't want it this way. It shouldn't have happened this way. This is where allowing our journey to unfold can bring great peace and calm to our hearts. Acceptance is the answer. Now, acceptance doesn't mean that we like the situation, but just allow it. Pray about our concerns, honor our feelings and the feelings of others. If necessary, after we have processed our emotions, we can learn from all situations. Luke 6:37, judge not and you shall not be judged. Condemn not and you shall not be condemned. Forgive and you shall be forgiven. Next quote. And again, this is from a Yogi tea bag. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. This quote always helps me remember loving kindness, which Brian spoke about last week so well. So many things can influence someone's behavior or comments on any given day. Often what is happening inside could be from a childhood or adolescent wounding, a past life experience. I don't need to turn a disagreement or difference of opinion into a battle. So again, I'm reminded of Brian's talk last week, choose loving kindness. And this doesn't mean throw ourselves under the bus or allow ourselves to be mistreated, but maybe not react and take time so that we can respond in a loving way. Number 9, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. This is from Dr. Seuss. For me, this involves moving slowly enough to be present in each moment. Over the years, I have noticed that children are very good at this, living in the moment. The younger they are, the more present they seem to be. Sometimes I have slowed myself down when engaged with my grandchildren. Helps turn off the worry and future thinking. Breathe and enjoy each moment. I have a quote from my youngest granddaughter that she knows that I love quotes. Every once in a while she'll come up with one. And her quote was, why does everything sweet have to be at the end when it can be all the time? A lot of wisdom in that. Oh. If you don't like the direction the river is flowing, don't jump in. This is by Robert Anthony. For me, this has been great guidance in trusting my intuition. Sometimes the way an event is going just doesn't feel right. We are learning to trust this, sensing more and more. When we move slowly enough, we can get a good hit on this. It allows us to flow with the river, so to speak, and not against it. Only when it's appropriate. You know, very often I have chosen to do things because I thought I'd get in trouble or somebody wouldn't like me or, you know, something like that. And I really didn't like the idea that was happening. So it's taken me a while to go by this quote that Robert Anthony states. If I don't like the direction, then don't jump in, because it's not going to work for me or with me. So there's a closing quote that I have here. These mountains you are carrying, you were only supposed to climb. And that's Najwa Zeben. And the closing words I have are, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Mother, Father, God, we are so grateful for this time together, especially as we approach the holiday that we celebrate as Thanksgiving, giving thanks for all that you have given us in your creation. We are grateful for our ability to see, to hear, to feel, and to share our feelings and love with one another. May we be blessed and feel blessed to help others as they show up on our path. Again, we are so grateful. Thank you. Amen.